predictions for the current Premier League season. Now I have got this. No, that's not it. It is it. I'm just on the wrong thing. So we have got this wondrous thing here. You can find it at worldfootballnet. Actually, would it help if I actually put it in the description? We're too late. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to go and do it for yourself. There we go. Done. Okay, so I've put the link in the chat. This is the Premier League predictor from worldfootball.net, and you can predict every single Premier League result, and in the end it will generate a table for you based on all of the predictions that you have made. So what we're going to do is we are going to predict every single result of this Premier League season, and then we're going to see what it comes out with and what we've come up with for the season ahead. And I'm also going to refer back to predictions that I made earlier today and see how it marries up. So what I might do actually before we start is I might just show you what my predictions are for this season. So if I just hold up this, if I just bring up this image for you. There we go. So these are my predictions for the upcoming season. Can I get it to stretch? No, that's not what I want. Come on, learn how to do it, man. Fit to screen. There we go. That'll do. So I've got Chelsea winning the title. I might just get rid of this. No, we'll leave it. I've got Chelsea winning the title. I've got Manchester City second place, Man United in third, Liverpool to finish fourth, Tottenham fifth, Leicester sixth, Leeds United seventh, Arsenal eighth, West Ham ninth, Wolves 10th, Everton 11th, Aston Villa 12th, Crystal Palace 13th, Newcastle 14th, Brighton 15th, Watford 16th, Burnley 17th, and then Brentford, Southampton and Norwich to be relegated. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through these today. If I refer back to this, we're going to go through all of these predictions today, and we're going to see how it compares. Oh, let's just sign Vestergaard. There we go, there's news for you. That puts my Southampton prediction into an even better state, I think. We'll see how we go. So let's crack on with it, shall we? So the first game of the season is Brentford against Arsenal. Now, obviously there's a lot of misery amongst Arsenal fans, not very happy with the summer that they've had. And Brentford, their first Premier League game, obviously a lot of optimism around the club. They've never really seen these heights before, certainly not the current generation of Brentford fans. So I think Brentford are going to make a decent account of themselves. I'm actually going to go 1-1. Brentford versus Arsenal. There we go. The next game, Manchester United against Leeds. Now, Man United, they've made some decent signings. Jadon Sancho coming in, Rafael Varane. Is he going to turn up at some point? United fans have been waiting ages for Varane to get done. Leeds United, are they going to carry on from last season? I think I put them as 7th. I think they'll have a really good season this year. I'm actually kind of tempted for a shock result here. I'm going to go Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2. There we have it. So it could be a shock on the cards there. Burnley Brighton, that's, in my opinion, that's got 0-0 written all over it. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Chelsea are my favourites to win the title this season. I think Lukaku is a fantastic signing, definitely someone who will guarantee them goals. He's done it at this level year in, year out. And they obviously needed someone to fill the void. Timo Werner didn't quite cut it. Crystal Palace, they've got Patrick Vieira in this year. I really don't know how Crystal Palace are going to do. They've made some pretty decent acquisitions. They got that Elise from Reading. He looks like a good player. But yeah, I'm not sure how Crystal Palace are going to do. And against Chelsea, I think they're going to struggle. So I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea, I think. Everton versus Southampton. Obviously, Rafa Benitez going to Everton. Former Liverpool manager. His first game. I think Everton will be quite average this season, to be honest. I think Southampton will struggle. I'm going to go 2-1 Southampton. 2-1 Everton. And then Leicester Wolves. I don't know why, I feel this one might be a draw. I don't know why. I'm going to go 0. No, I'm going to go 1-1. I think Wolves will be stronger this year. They've got Jimenez back. Whether it'll be the same player he was before his injury, who knows. But I'm going to go for a draw there. Watford, I think they'll struggle initially, but I think they'll get it right. I think they'll stay up, but I think early doors, they'll struggle to adapt a little bit. I'm going to go 1-0 Aston Villa. Norwich always get absolutely battered by Liverpool, so I'm going to go 4-1 Liverpool. Just because I'm just going on recent form. Newcastle, West Ham. Oh, I don't know. I think it's be quite a close game. I mean, West Ham were amazing last season, but Newcastle at home, first day, they'll be up for it. Yeah, they got Joe Willock coming. Will he arrive in time? I don't know. I think he's the one that everyone's going to come to watch. I'm going to go for West Ham to edge this one. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. Tottenham Hotspur against Man City. Now, obviously Nuno's first game in charge. Obviously this whole Harry Kane thing has dragged on throughout the entire summer. Is he going to end up on the opposite side? It's going to be a tricky one. I really don't know how to call this game. I mean, logic would dictate. I mean, City, I make City the slight favourites, but obviously Spurs are capable of winning this game if they get it right. I'm going to go for a very conservative 1-1 draw. I think they will both, I think they'll get a point each. Both teams will set up they don't want to lose, and I think it will turn out that way. So let's calculate and see what that does to the league table. So if we are correct, Liverpool will lead the way after game 1. Chelsea will be second. Leeds and West Ham will round out the top 4. Everton and Villa winning as well. Then you've got Arsenal, Man City only taking a point for Brentford and put them mid-table. Leicester, Spurs in there as well. And then Norwich City obviously at the bottom of the table. Palace and Watford not having the best of starts. There's not really much you can read into that. On game 1, obviously Man United. I mean, I'd be surprised if it happens. I've just got this feeling that Leeds United are going to pull a shock out of the bag. I don't know why. Anyway, let's go on to game week 2. Liverpool home to Burnley. I can't see them having any trouble there. I'm going to go 2-0 Aston Villa. 2-0 Liverpool. Read the fucking screen. It's because I was on Villa next. Villa, Newcastle. Again, I think that'll be a close game. But I think Villa again will just edge it out. We're going to go 2-1 Aston Villa. Crystal Palace, Brentford. I think that'll be a close game. I think Palace will just edge it because they got that nous and experience. And I think Brentford play a lot of pretty stuff. But the one thing I noticed in the pre-season friendly, so there's not much you can read into them, is that there's a lot of pretty play. But I worry about the end product at the end, so I'm going to go 1-0 Crystal Palace. Leeds Everton, I think will be a pretty close game. Hard to call this one. I think Leeds at home probably puts them at a slight advantage, so I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. Man City versus Norwich City, I'm just going to cut. This might be slightly harsh, but City do just steamroll these teams, and it is nothing against Norwich, but City at home against a newly promoted side, it's not going to go well, is it? Okay, Brighton against Watford. Now, I don't know what to make of Brighton this season, because they never seem to make a huge impression. And although they're very solid defensively, but they don't seem to have enough going for them at the other end. And I think that'll be the case again this season, and now they've lost Ben White as well. I don't quite know what to make of Brighton. I think Watford will get a point out of this one. I know Brighton won, Watford won. This was Southampton against Man United. I've predicted Southampton to struggle. Man United will want to bounce back from their hypothetical defeat to Leeds. So I'm going to go 3-1 United. Wolves against Spurs. Nuno going back to Wolves very early. And again, I don't know what to make of this one. I think my instinct goes 2-1 Spurs. I think Spurs will edge it just on pure quality. And yeah, obviously their new manager is Lager, is it? He's still getting used to the club, so might take a bit of a while to settle in. I would go 2-1 Spurs. Arsenal versus Chelsea. I have absolutely no hope for Arsenal here, to be honest. You know, big game early on. I think Arteta's going to come under a lot of pressure early on in the season, and I just don't see them standing up and responding to it. So I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2. I think Chelsea will win that one again comfortably. And West Ham and Leicester, again, that's a hard one to call, because they're both very decent. Although, I don't know, could go either way that game. Leicester away from home, West Ham at home. Hard to call. I'm going to go West Ham 1, Leicester City 1. So if we see what that does to the table after 2 games, Liverpool still leading the way on 6 points. Chelsea in second place, they've won 2 out of 2. Leeds have won 2 out of 2. Aston Villa have won 2 out of 2. City, West Ham, Tottenham all have 4 points. Manchester United have 3, Everton have 3, Crystal Palace in the top half, Leicester 2 draws from 2 games. Arsenal struggling in 16th place, 1 point from 6 available, and then Newcastle, Southampton and Norwich all losing 2 games out of 2 in the relegation zone. So my Newcastle prediction not really matching up with how I view them in real life. I predicted them to finish, I think it was 14th this season, although maybe they'll have a surge at the end. Who knows? Okay, on to game week 3, Manchester City against Arsenal, and again, it's not looking good for Arsenal, is it? It's not looking great for Arsenal so far, I have to say, and I think it's going to be more misery because they never beat Man City. I'm going to go 3-1 City because it's just, you know, let's face it, there's a golfing class there. So, sorry Arsenal, you're on the back foot again. Aston Villa against Brentford. Again, I think Brentford will put up a decent fight. It's looking like it might be 3 wins out of 3 for Villa. I'm going to go 2-1 Aston Villa. I think Brentford will put on a decent display, but I think Aston Villa will just have far too much. Okay, so moving on to Brighton against Everton. Again, a hard one to call. I'm going to go 0-0 again. You're going to see Brighton and 0-0 an awful lot in this stream. You're going to see an awful lot. Newcastle, Southampton. I think Newcastle will get a win here. Or will it be a draw? I think draw. We'll go 2-1. Yeah, because Southampton, they have got quality players. Yeah, they got Redmond, they got Che Adams. I'm sure there's other people they got to find something from somewhere. Norwich against Leicester. I think Leicester will get the first win of the season here. Norwich 1, Leicester 3. I'm really disrespecting Norwich so far. I don't mean it. I've got them to go down. I think with Norwich, they've got virtually the same squad they had last time, and they haven't got Buendia. I just think they'll struggle again. So, I don't know. I'm sorry, Norwich fans. Tottenham Hotspur against Watford. I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs. So it'll be a comfortable. Actually, no, I'm going to go 3-0 Spurs. It'll be a comfortable home win there. West Ham Crystal Palace. I think West Ham will edge that game 2-1. Just because they've got the greater quality. All Liverpool Chelsea. Here we go. I think that'll be early season conservative 1-1 draw. both teams will be looking to have title aspirations. Neither of them will want to lose early doors. 1-1. Burnley versus Leeds, a derby of it's Lancashire, Yorkshire, isn't it? Neither team probably have any association with each other whatsoever. Do you know what? I'm gonna go. I don't know this one. I'm gonna go Burnley to nick it. I just think they'll be streetwise. I don't know why. And Wolves, I think this will be a high scoring one. I think this will be Wolves 2, Man United 3. There we go. So let's see what that does to the table. And it means that Aston Villa, the top of the Premier League, losing Jack Grealish, it doesn't matter one bit. They're top of the Premier League. Man City is second. Liverpool are third. Tottenham in the top 4. Chelsea just outside. They're all on the same amount of points anyway. West Ham having a decent start. Man United picking things up. Leicester getting their first win. And then Arsenal currently in the relegation zone as things stand. So, yeah, along with Watford and Norwich, who are predicted to go down. Southampton are there. Who's the other team? Brentford, who I think will just miss out. I think they'll put up a good fight, but I think they'll just come short. Okay, right, let's go to the next game week. Right, let's start firing through these. Right, the logic is going to disappear as the further we go on to this. So I'm just going to go, Crystal Palace 1 and Tottenham Hotspur 2. Arsenal will get their first win of the season. It'll be a resounding 3-0 win. I'm so sorry, Norwich. I'm so sorry, Norwich. Right, Brentford is going to be 1-1 because I said so. Man's Leicester City. This is tough. Leicester might do City, you know. Do you know what? I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester because I feel like it. United will be. I think United will win. They always seem to batter Newcastle. I go 4-1. Southampton, I think, will struggle. I think this will be 2-1 West Ham. Watford Wolves, I could see them sharing the points that one. I'm going to go 1-1. Chelsea, I think, will be the first team to beat Aston Villa. I'm going to go 3. No, do you know what? Actually, I'm going to go 2-1. It'll be a close game. Leeds Liverpool, 3-2 Leeds. I've just got that feeling. Leeds, you know, we know Leeds. They score goals, they lead goals. You're going to get a bit of everything. And then Everton will beat Burnley 2-0. So let's see what that looks like. So it means that Tottenham Hotspur are now top. Tottenham top, Chelsea second. London 1, 2, 3. West Ham in third. Man United fourth. Liverpool dropping a lot. They were top a couple of match days ago. They're now in 9th place. Everton in 10th. Arsenal up to 12th. After that first win, and it's Southampton, Newcastle and Norwich in the relegation zone. Okay, on to the next one. Newcastle Leeds. I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. Wolves Brentford, 2-0 Wolves. Jimenez double. Why not? Burnley Arsenal. I think Arsenal will nick that because I think they have a good record against Burnley. You wouldn't think that they would, but they do. Liverpool Crystal Palace. I think Liverpool by a couple of goals. Man City against Southampton. I think that'll be a rout. I go 4-1. Norwich. I think Norwich will get their first win of the season against Watford. I go 2-1. Maybe that's just me being nice to them. I don't know. Aston Villa. I think this will be 0-0. They're fairly Villa and Everton. I think squad-wise fairly evenly matched. Brighton against Leicester. I think Brighton could get a point out of that game. If they're all on it, I'm going to go 1-1. West Ham. That's tough. I could see West Ham nicking that, you know. Possibly. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 West Ham. It's probably a lot of these predictions so far. You're looking at me going, what the fuck are you on there? Why on earth are you predicting that? And then Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea. That's going to be a top of the table clash. I think Chelsea's experience or big game experience will come to the fore here. I think this will be 2-1 Chelsea. To be honest, this game could go either way, but that's what I'm going for. means that Tottenham fall out of the top 4. It means Chelsea are top, West Ham are second, Leeds United having a very good season, hypothetically speaking. City in and around the top 4, Arsenal steadying. What did I even predict? Did I predict them to win? Yeah, I did 2-1 against Burnley. Crystal Palace, 1 win, 4 defeats. Norwich, first win of the season, out of the top, bottom 3, should I say. And then Watford slipping into it. So let's go into match day 6. Chelsea, Man City on my days. I think Chelsea will nick it 1-0. I think they've just got that. Tuchel seems to have them drilled in big games. And I think that'll tell. Everton against Norwich. I think Everton will just nick that. I'm going to go 2-1. Leeds against West Ham. That could be anything. That really could be anything. I'm going to go 0-0. Because it'll be one of those games that's hyped up and it won't amount to anything. Leicester to beat Burnley. Man United, I think, will just nick it against Aston Villa. Watford, Newcastle. I think that could be a draw. I go 1-1 there. Brentford against Liverpool. I think Brentford will just come up short. Liverpool with a couple of late ones. I think Brentford will put out a good display, but Liverpool will just have enough. I think Southampton against Wolves. Do you know what? I think Southampton might just nick this. 2-1 Southampton. Arsenal, Tottenham, London derby. I think this will be a 2-2 draw. Yeah, I think that'll be a draw. It's hard to call a derby so early on in the season when you haven't really seen either team yet. So yeah, then Crystal Palace, that's another derby, isn't it, of sorts? M23 derby or whatever it's called. Oh, hold on a minute. Sorry about that interruption. Hopefully we're not going to get another one. Right, let's go Crystal Palace 0, Brighton 0. Because why not? Let's see what that does to the league table. So Chelsea on top. 5 wins, 1 draw from 6 games. I'm being very kind to Chelsea. I have to say, West Ham in second, they're still unbeaten. I haven't predicted them to lose yet. Quite surprising. Liverpool in 3rd, Leeds United in 4th, Man United in 5th, Leicester in 6th, Tottenham dropping to 7th, Arsenal steady. Brighton, I predicted 6 draws from 6 games. I didn't realise that. That's so weird. Okay, OCD's going mental, that's fine. Wolves having a bit of a slow start. Burnley, Crystal Palace, they're the clubs I kind of expect. Yeah, Brighton, 6 draws from 6 games. That's quite I didn't realise. I know I get Brighton to draw a lot because I assume they're like a 0-0 team. But yeah, that's surprising. Okay, Man United, Everton. I'm going to go 2-1 Man United. Burnley, Norwich. I'm going to go 0-0. Chelsea 3-1. Leeds United, I think they'll beat Watford quite comfortably. Tottenham Hotspur, I think they will just edge out Aston Villa. Wolves, Newcastle, I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves. Brighton, Arsenal. Oh, am I going to go draw again? I think Arsenal will just edge that one out. Ben White, 94th minute winner. Crystal Palace, do you know what? I think they'll get a point out of that. West Ham, Brentford. I haven't got West Ham to lose so far. I think that will carry on 2-1. City on my days. That could go either way. Do you know what? I just fancy Man City for this game. There we go. I think I might stop looking at the table after every game now. We just sort of crack on and we'll have a look back every so often. So I'll tell you what, I'll have a quick look. There we go. Newcastle, Watford and Brentford still yet to get their first wins. I thought I would have predicted a Brentford win by now. It's not going to be the next game. Okay, Watford 1, Liverpool 2, Villa 2, Wolves 1, Leicester 1, Man United 1, Villa City always beat Burnley 5-0, so that's just standard. Norwich, I think Brighton will win that game. There we go, Brighton's first win. Southampton 1, Leeds 1, I'm going to go for Brentford 0, Chelsea 1, I'm going to go for there. Everton 2, West Ham. West Ham 2. My Brentford prediction is not matching up at all. I thought they would put up a really good fight and survive by this, or just miss out. And it hasn't worked out that way at all so far. And then I'm going to go 1-2-1 Arsenal. There we go. So that's how that's going to work out. And we're going to move on to match week 9. I'm going to go Villa to nick that. I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Norwich 0, Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle 1, Everton 2, Watford 1, Leeds United 2-1, Southampton 0, Burnley 0, Brighton 1, Man City 3, Brentford. I tell you what, Leicester do chuck the odd silly game. Okay, Brentford 2, Leicester 1 there. Yeah, I'll go for that one. West Ham 0. No, West Ham 1, Tottenham. No, 3-2. And then, this is a hard one. I'll go 2-1 United. Just got that feeling, I don't know why. There we go, that's how the table is starting to look. Arsenal still in the bottom half, Brentford climbing out the relegation zone with that win. Southampton scoring quite a few goals, I have to say. Yeah, Norwich going back in there. Here we go, match week 10. So I'm going to go Aston Villa 1, West Ham 1, Burnley, I think 1-1, Leicester 2, Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2, no, Liverpool 3, Brighton 1, Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0. Right, hold on, I've got to go for a wee chat. I've really got to go for a wee. I'll be back in a minute. Newcastle, I think. I've got a feeling this might be Chelsea's first defeat. I don't know why. Newcastle have quite a good record against Chelsea. I go for that. Norwich. I'll go for Norwich. I think this will be a shot weekend. Norwich 2, Leeds 1. Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, this could go either way. I go 1-1. It's going to go neither way, actually. Watford, I think, will beat Southampton, and Wolves will draw 1-1 against. No, 1-1 against Everton. So that's how that looks. So Chelsea's first defeat of the season. Man City slowly but surely climbing up the table. Tottenham Hotspur, Man United in the top 4 leagues, just outside it. Arsenal still in the bottom half, struggling. Or Watford get their first win of the season. So every club has now won a game. So let's click on to match day 11. Click on. No one's ever said that in history of ever. Right, Brighton are going to win 1-0. Crystal Palace are going to. I think this will be a draw. Arsenal will beat Watford 2-0. Brentford, I think, will beat Norwich 2-0. Chelsea will beat Burnley 2-0. Everton, I think, will just come up short against Spurs. I think the same for Southampton. They go 1-0 Villa. I swear Southampton played Villa about 5 times already. Leeds against Leicester, I'm going to go 3-all. That'll be a shock. Or Manchester Derby. I think United have a pretty good record in these. I had 2-0 Man United. And then West Ham Liverpool. I think Liverpool will come out on top in that one. So there we go, that's how that looks after 11 games. If you want to pause, if you're watching it on replay, or even if you're watching it live and you want to pause it, have a quick look, feel free to do so. So I'm going to go Villa 1, Brighton 0. I'm going to go Burnley 2, Palace 1. Leicester, I think I'll take a point from that game. Leicester 1, Chelsea 1. Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1. That always seems to happen. City, I'm going to go 3-0 win there. Newcastle 2, Brentford 1. Norwich 0-0, I think there. Tottenham will win. 2-0 Tottenham in that game. Watford can nick that. But I don't think they will. Watford 1, United 3. And then Wolves 0, West Ham 0. I swear Wolves and West Ham have played each other like 10 times as well. During this as well. Okay, so after 12 games, this is what it looks like. Leicester have only lost 1 game so far. They've drawn 7. So this is probably why I don't predict Premier League things, because it just looks wrong and horrendous. Okay, I'm just going to turn my... try and turn my plug off. Okay, let's move on to game week 13. So, Brighton versus Leeds. I think... I fancy Brighton's just named that 2-1. Crystal Palace, I think they'll beat Villa. 1-0 Crystal Palace. Arsenal 3-1. Brentford, I think Brentford might nick that 1-0. 1-0 Brentford. Burnley 1, Tottenham 3. Chelsea, oh god, I think Chelsea will just nick that 1-0. Liverpool 4, Southampton 0. Again, I swear Liverpool and Southampton have played each other 5 times. Leicester 2, Watford 1, Manchester City 3, West Ham 1, and Norwich 1, Wolves 1. So I feel like I'm doing Wolves a bit of a disservice. They're a team that have had a lot of draws as well. So yeah, I don't know. Right, on to game week 14. Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 3. No, not 31. Everton, I don't know. Everton will be up for that. Benitez against Liverpool. I don't know. I'm going to go 1-1. Leeds United 2, Crystal Palace 0. Watford 1, Chelsea 2. West Ham 2, Brighton 0. Wolves 2, Burnley 1. Man United 2, Arsenal 0. I told you about this least logical bit. Newcastle 2, Norwich 1, Southampton, I go 1, Leicester 1, Tottenham 3, Brentford 0. And that's that. Tottenham have only lost 1 game so far as well. So I'm predicting Tottenham to have some sort of title challenge. I don't know why. It doesn't marry up against what I think they're going to do. Okay, right. Aston Villa 0, Leicester 0, Everton 1, Arsenal 1, Southampton 1, Brighton 0, Watford 0, Man City 2, Leeds 3, Brentford 1, United 2, Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle 2, Burnley 1. I'm just going off pure instinct now. Tottenham Hotspur. This could be a banana skin for Spurs. They do. I know, especially under Mourinho and Pochettino, they had sort of banana skin city games. And I feel like Norwich have done them over before. Okay, 1-1 there. No, not 11-1. West Ham, I think this could be... Okay, Chelsea to get a draw as well. And then Wolves 1, Liverpool 2. There we go, so that moves City up into second place. Liverpool still third. Yeah, looking pretty interesting at the top. As we move on to game week 16. Arsenal, Southampton. Joe what? I think Southampton will get a point out of that. It'll be one of those games that Arsenal stupidly screw up. Brentford 2, Watford 1, Brighton 0, Spurs 1, Burnley 1, West Ham 2, Chelsea 2-1 Chelsea, Palace 0, Everton 1. Actually no, 0-0. I changed my mind. Leicester 2, Newcastle 1, Liverpool 3, Villa 0, City 3, Wolves 1, and Norwich 1, Man United 2. And that's how that looks. Okay, right, okay, Brighton 1, Wolves 1, Arsenal, yeah. I think Arsenal win. Arsenal 2, West Ham 1, Brentford 1, Man United 3, Burnley 0, Burnley 1, Watford 0, Leicester City 1, Tottenham 2, Norwich 1, Villa 2, Palace 0, Southampton 0, Chelsea 2, Everton 1, Newcastle 2, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0, City 3, Leeds 2. And there you go. Okay, right. Villa 1, Burnley 0, Everton 1, Leicester 2, Leeds 1, Arsenal 0, United 2, Brighton 0, Newcastle 1, City 4, Southampton 1, Brentford 0, Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3, Watford 0, Palace 0, I think, West Ham 2, Norwich 1, Wolves, I got a feeling they'll do Chelsea over, I don't know why, Wolves 1, Chelsea 0. And that puts Manchester City top of the pile, Tottenham out of the top 4, Burnley, Norwich, Watford still in the bottom 3 as we move on to match day 19. That is weird. Nearly halfway through this thing now, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to go Villa 1. I think Chelsea will hit a stumbling point at this point in the season. I'm going to go Villa 1, Chelsea 1, Brighton. I think Brentford will nick that. Brighton 0, Brentford 1, Burnley 1, Everton 0, Liverpool 2, Leeds 0, City 3, Leicester 1, Newcastle 1, Man United 3, Norwich 0, Arsenal 3, Tottenham 2, Palace 0, West Ham 2, Southampton 1, Wolves 1, Watford 0. So this is how it looks at the halfway point. Chelsea have dropped out of the top 4. This is a frigging close title race. This just shows what I know about football. I imagine it will not be this close. If it is this close, then wow. City and Chelsea separated by 3 points. Liverpool, Man United and Tottenham all on 40. No. Liverpool, Man United on 44. Tottenham, Chelsea on 43. City leading the way. West Ham a long way back in 6th. Aston Villa doing really well in 7th. Leicester City have been very solid in 8th. A lot of draws though. Leeds United in 9th. Arsenal rounding out the top 10. They've had more positives than negatives this season after a slow start. Wolves in 11th place. Everton 12th. Brentford, after a very slow start, had a few results. Hypothetically speaking, of course, they're in 13th place. Brighton are in 14th. They've, after 6 draws in a row, they've now got 9 defeats, only 3 wins all season. Southampton in 15th place. Burnley in 6th. Newcastle teetering above the relegation zone. Crystal Palace in 18th, struggling quite a lot it seems under Patrick Vieira. Norwich in 19th, they've had a very poor start. Watford only 1 win through 19 games. I thought it just goes to show how illogical my brain is, because I thought Watford would do a really good job and I've just gone against them in every game possible. So apologies Watford fans. Right, let's crack on with the second half of the season. Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. Brentford 0, Manchester City 2, Chelsea 2, Brighton 0, Crystal Palace 2, Norwich 1, Everton 0, Everton 1, Newcastle 0, Leeds 2, Villa 1, Leicester 1, Liverpool 1, Manchester United 2, Burnley 0, Southampton 1, Tottenham 3, and Watford 1, West Ham 2. Let's go on to 21. Crystal Palace 1, West Ham 2, Arsenal 1, Man City 3, Brentford 0, Aston Villa 2. See, the thing is, I'm not accounting for shock results, and I'm just going on teams' actual abilities. I'm not really accounting for teams having off days and things like that. So when you make these predictions, they don't really account for anything. I mean, I'm shit at predictions anyway, but yeah, I guess that's just how it is, I suppose. Leeds 1, Burnley 0, Leicester 2, Norwich 0, Manchester United 2, Wolves 1. I swear every Wolves game I pick is like 2-1. That's why their goal difference is like ridiculously close. So yeah, that's how that looks after 21 games. North London derby. Arsenal never win at Tottenham, do they? I can't see that happening this season. I'm going to go 2-0 Tottenham. Liverpool 3, Brentford 0, Manchester City. I'm going to City to beat Chelsea their place 2-1. Brighton 1, Crystal Palace 0, Norwich 1, Everton 1, West Ham 2, Leeds 2, Burnley 1, Leicester 1, Villa 1, Man United 2, Wolves 3, Southampton 0, and you know what, I think Watford will beat Newcastle away from home. Sounded very posh when I did that, away from home. So yeah, that's how that looks after 22 games. Like I say, if you want to pause it, have a look, then feel free to do so. Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 3, Arsenal 2, Burnley 0. We should do it like that guy from BBC Sport. Brentford 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Chelsea 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0, Everton 2, Aston Villa 1, Southampton 1, City fuckloads, City 3, Watford 1, Norwich 0. I think Watford get 2 on the bounce there. Leeds 2, Newcastle 0, Leicester City 2, Brighton 1, Manchester United 2, West Ham 1. And let's have a look at the table. So Manchester City currently leading the way with Manchester United behind, Tottenham and Chelsea, and then Liverpool. Norwich City sucking ass at the bottom. Once again, my apologies to Norwich City fans everywhere. Right, let's go. I think Wolves will win that. Wolves 1, Arsenal 0, Man City 5, Brentford 0. I think that will be their pasting of the season. Brighton 0, Chelsea 2, Norwich win that, Norwich 2, Palace 1, Newcastle 0, Everton 0, Villa 1, Leeds 1, Liverpool, oh god, I don't know, I think that will be the shock. I think Leicester will win at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Leicester 2, Burnley 0, Man United 2, Tottenham 3, Southampton 1, and then West Ham 1, no, West Ham 2, Watford 0. I can't wait to see how wrong these are in May. There we go. Right, game week 25. My god, we're flying through these. Right, Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 1, Liverpool. I'll go for a draw there. Chelsea 3, Arsenal 2, Everton 1, Leeds 1, Watford 2, Brighton 1, Leicester 2, West Ham 0, Man United 3, Southampton. I think I'll get a couple of goals there. Newcastle 1, Aston Villa 0. I swear Newcastle, Aston Villa play each other every week. Norwich, yes, could be. I'll go 2-2, because why not? And then Tottenham, I don't know. I think that might be a banana skin. Tottenham 1, Wolves 3. Oh. And look at what that's done to the top of the table. Tottenham drifting a little bit now. City 7 points ahead. City and United neck and neck. City's goal difference far greater, thanks to the battering I gave them against Brentford. Chelsea 4 points back, still very much in it. Liverpool drifting away a little bit now. Still quite a gap to Leicester in 6th, but they're close. They're just as close. Oh no, they're closer to Leicester than they are to Manchester City. Arsenal still in the bottom half, struggling a lot. Crystal Palace picking it up slowly but surely. Brentford just hovering above the relegation zone. There's some really low point scores so far this season. But yeah, let's go on to the next round of fixtures. Arsenal 2, Brentford 0, Brighton 2, Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 4, Southampton 1, Everton 0, Wolves 0, Leicester 2, Leeds United. I'll go for United to win this one. 2-1 United. No, it's the other way around. On the opening day, West Ham 3, Newcastle 0, Liverpool 4, Norwich 1, City 2, Tottenham 0, Villa. Oh, I don't know. I think Watford will get a point out of that. There we go. And that's how that looks. Interesting stuff. Okay, right. Brighton 0, Villa 0, Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 1, Arsenal. I go 1-1 there. I think Arsenal will pull it out. Brentford 2, Newcastle 0, Chelsea 2, Leicester 1, Everton 1, City 4, Southampton 2, Norwich 0, Leeds United. I think they'll win that 2-1. Man United 4, Watford 0, West Ham 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Okay, I swear, I look at these fixtures and I swear they're happened like 10 times over. Like West Ham Wolves, that's got to have happened about 20 times by now. Evidently not. Right, Newcastle 2, Brighton 0, Wolves 2, Palace 0, Watford 1, Arsenal 1, Norwich 2, Brentford 2, Burnley 0, Chelsea 2, Tottenham 2, Everton 1, Villa 2, Southampton 0, Leicester 3, Leeds 2, Manchester City 3, Man United 1, Liverpool 2, West Ham 0. There we go, we've just got 10 games to go. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 games to go. It's gone quite quickly actually. Here we go. Joe Watt, Brighton, shock win. Brighton 2, Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 1, Man City 3, Arsenal 1, Leicester 2, Brentford 1, Burnley 0, Chelsea 3, Newcastle 1, Everton 0, Wolves 2, Southampton 0, Southampton 1, Watford 2, Leeds United 2, Norwich 0, Man United 1, Tottenham 2, and West Ham 1, Aston Villa. What the fuck happened there? West Ham 1, Aston Villa 1. City currently have a 4-point lead over Chelsea. United are in third place. Tottenham still a little bit back. They're coming under pressure from Liverpool now. For that Champions League spot, Arsenal still in the bottom half. Watford, Burnley and Norwich in the relegation places, though Watford have started to pull a few things together. So here we go. Right, Aston Villa 1, Arsenal 3, Leicester 2, Brentford 0, City 4, Brighton 0, Norwich 1, Chelsea 3, Newcastle 1, Palace 0, Watford 2, Everton 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers. I go 3-1 Leeds. Wolves, Liverpool 2, Man United 1, Burnley 2, Southampton 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3, West Ham 1. And that's how that shaped out. Crystal Palace now in the bottom 3, Watford looking hungry, ready to survive. Right, Brighton 1, Norwich 0, Palace 1, Arsenal 3, Burnley 1, Manchester City 5, because that always happens, Chelsea 2, Brentford 0, Liverpool 3, Watford 0, Leeds United 2, Southampton 1, Man United 1, Leicester 1, Tottenham 2, Newcastle 0, West Ham 2, Everton 0, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Aston Villa 2. What's my battery level? 82%. We good. 7 games to go. City still in a driving seat. 4-point lead over Chelsea. I think United are just running out of steam now. Tottenham, Liverpool could jump the pair of them. Who knows? There's still a bit of a gap there. Arsenal now in the top half. Watford back into the relegation zone as we get closer towards the end of the season. Okay, Arsenal 2, Brighton 0, Norwich 2, Burnley 1, Southampton 1, Chelsea 1, Leicester 2, Palace 0, Watford 1, Leeds 1, Manchester City 2, Liverpool 2, Everton 2, Man United 0, Aston Villa 1, Tottenham 1, Brentford 0, West Ham 1, Newcastle 0, Wolves 2. I swear Wolves are always the last game, regardless. And there we go, 6 games to go. That is how it is looking at the moment. City still got that 4-point gap as we head into match day 33. Okay, Villa 1, Liverpool 3, Everton 2, Palace 0, Southampton 1, Arsenal 3, Watford 2, Brentford 1, Leeds United 1, Chelsea 0. I think that would be a shock result. United 2, Norwich 0, Newcastle 0, Leicester 2, Tottenham Hotspur 3, Brighton 1, West Ham 1, Burnley, no, not 10, Burnley 0. I think City, I think this will be a draw, 1-1. So City now with a 5-point gap with 5 to play. It's looking difficult for Chelsea to come back into it. United pretty much out of it now. Their battles with Tottenham and Liverpool, Leicester not doing enough. A lot of draw. They've only had 4 defeats, so that's not going to happen. Watford all the way up to 14th after such a slow start. There's a 4-point gap between Crystal Palace in 18th and Watford in 14th. So that is going to be a very, very tight relegation battle. Hypothetically, of course. Match day 34. Okay, Leicester 2, Villa 1, Arsenal 1, Manchester United 2, Brighton 0, Southampton 0, Manchester City 4, Watford 0, Brentford 1, Spurs 2, Crystal Palace 0, Leeds 0, Burnley 2, Wolves 0, Norwich 2, Newcastle 1, Chelsea 2, West Ham 0, there's still that 5-point gap between Manchester City and Liverpool. Hello, Brooke. Sorry, Brooke. Your message has only just come up now. It says 17:58 on the chat. It's about 12 minutes ago. I'm really sorry that it's taken me that long to come back to you. If you're still in chat, I'm really sorry. Your message has only just come up. If you're still here, I'm very good, and I hope you are as well. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, match day 35. Right, let's go. I'm going to go. Joe Watt, shock victory for Norwich. Villa 0, Norwich 1. Everton 1, Chelsea 2. Southampton 2, Crystal Palace 0. Watford 2, Burnley 1. Leeds United 1. Manchester, I think that'll be a draw. I think that might be City's stumbling block. United 2, Brentford 0. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 2, Tottenham 2, Leicester 0, West Ham 1, Arsenal 0, Wolves 2, Brighton 0. And there we have it with 3 games to go. This is how it's looking. I mean, this all here is pretty much as it was last season. Leeds, Arsenal, Villa all battling for those kind of positions. Wolves a little bit higher. West Ham in the top 7. Obviously they were unbeaten in the early weeks of this season. Norwich into the bottom 3, Burnley and Crystal Palace getting relegated. As it stands, Crystal Palace I thought would do a bit better than this. Not gonna lie, but there we go. Right, so Burnley 1, Villa 0, Leicester 2, Everton 0, Arsenal 2, Leeds 1, Brighton 0, Man United 1, Manchester City 3, Newcastle 0, Brentford 1, Southampton 1, Liverpool 2, Tottenham 1, Crystal Palace 1, Watford 0, Norwich City 1, West Ham 2, and Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. Let's see how that looks with 3 games to go, or 2 games to go should I say. So City and Chelsea separated by just 3 points. I can't add up. Manchester United now out of the title race. They cannot catch up. Liverpool in the top 4 as things stand. Tottenham Hotspur down to 5th. Leicester, West Ham battling for those Europa League and then Europa Conference. Arsenal only 51 points. Another middling season for them, but it looks like they are going to finish in the top half because Aston Villa are away back in 11th. And as it stands, it's Crystal Palace, Newcastle and Norwich going down. Brentford surviving. I said they'd be there or thereabouts. Watford doing a very good job. I think they will stay up this season. Let's see, with 2 games to go, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to match up these predictions against the ones that I made pre-stream. Okay, 2 matches to go. Villa 2, Palace 0, Everton 2, Brentford 1, Southampton 1, Liverpool 3, Watford 1, Leicester 1, Leeds 2, Brighton 0, Manchester United 1, Chelsea, I got 1 all there, Newcastle 1, Arsenal 1, Tottenham 2, Burnley 0, West Ham 1, Manchester City 2, Wolves 3, Wolves 2, Norwich 0. Okay, so that means Manchester City have won the league with 1 game to spare. Chelsea in second, they will finish second regardless. And then the battle between Manchester United, Liverpool and Tottenham all separated by just 2 points going into that final game. Right, I'm just going to turn that back on. I don't want that cutting off on me. So Man United, Liverpool and Tottenham all separated by just 2 points with 1 game to go. Who is going to get those top 4 spots? Leicester in 6th, they're going to qualify for the Europa League. West Ham, it's between West Ham and Leeds for that Conference League spot. Wolves have overtaken Arsenal to go up to 9th. They're in 10th, and then all of these teams are pretty much irrelevant. Though Southampton are surviving. Watford have survived with 1 game to go. Brighton have survived. So it's between anyone. Oh my god, they're separated by just 2 points. Burnley, Brentford, Palace, Newcastle, and Norwich separated by just 2 points. There's 5 clubs that could potentially go down, or is between 5 clubs. Wow, what a final day this could be. Okay, are we ready? Let's get into it. So, I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Everton 0. I think Brentford will get the result they need. It'll be Brentford 2, Leeds 1, Brighton 1, West Ham 0, Burnley 1, Newcastle 0, Chelsea 2, Watford 0, Crystal Palace 1, Man United 2, Leicester 2, Southampton 0, Liverpool 3, Wolves 0, Manchester City 2, Aston Villa 0, and Norwich 1, Tottenham 2. What does that mean? Who goes where? Let's find out. And there we have it. So Manchester City have won the league. Who's going down? Who's going down? It's Crystal Palace, Newcastle and Norwich getting relegated from the Premier League. Brentford have survived on the final day by 4 points. Brentford and Watford stay up. Burnley stay up. They do just about enough. Wow, that was close. So Palace, Newcastle, Norwich, they all lose on the final day. Burnley beat Newcastle. Newcastle, who was it? No, it was Norwich. Norwich lost to Tottenham. Newcastle lost to Burnley. And Crystal Palace lost to Manchester United. And that's why they go down. So it's Manchester City winning the league title from Chelsea in second place. Manchester United finished third. Liverpool finished fourth. They get that last Champions League spot. Tottenham in fifth. Leicester finished sixth. West Ham get that Europa League conference place in seventh. Leeds in eighth. Arsenal overtake Wolves to finish ninth, who finish in the bottom of the top half. Aston Villa in 11th place. A decent season for them. Villa and Everton, this is around where I expect them to finish anyway. I think they'll both have pretty average seasons, to be honest. Brighton in 13th, should I say, sorry, they had a lot of defeats. Southampton in 14th, I predicted them to go down in real life, but I've predicted them to stay up here. Burnley in 15th place, Watford in 16th, and then Brentford staying up in 17th. Crystal Palace, Newcastle, and Norwich all getting relegated, so I'm just going to take a screenshot of that now on Paint, because I am that's how I roll. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to how, I'm going to compare it to the prediction that I made pre-stream. I'm just going to take a screenshot of it now. 2021-22 PL predictions 2. And then I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, right, so let's get my image out. I'm going to put you over there. That's my real life prediction. That's the one I made at the start of the stream. And let me find my next image. PL predictions in 2. So there we go. And let's move that over. Draw it out a little bit, make that a bit bigger. Okay, so, actually no, let's make that a bit smaller. No, that's probably fine. Okay, so in my real life predictor, I had Chelsea winning the league title and Manchester City finishing second. That has happened the other way round, so Manchester City winning the title, Chelsea in second place, Manchester United finishing third, Liverpool in fourth. Again, that happened. That's the exact same. Tottenham in the exact same, fifth and fifth. Leicester in sixth here. I had Leicester sixth here. I had Leeds to finish seventh in real life. They finished eighth here. West Ham finished seventh. Arsenal to finish eighth. They finished ninth in this predictor. West Ham, so they're all in and around the same kind of area. West Ham ninth here in seventh on there. Wolves to finish 10th. That's exactly where I predicted them to finish. Everton and Aston Villa the other way round on here. I had Crystal Palace to finish 13th on this predictor. They got relegated. So that's quite a surprise. So I've gone against my original predictions there based on the results I came up with. Newcastle, I've got them to finish. They went down on the predictor. I had them 14th place. So again, that's quite a surprise. Brighton in 15th. They finished 13th on here. So yeah, they pretty much did. They did a little bit better than I expected. Watford, I had them to survive. They finished in the exact same space that I predicted there. And then Burnley, I had surviving, which they did. They ended up finishing 15th on the predictor, and they finished 17th. Or I've got them to finish 17th this season. Brentford, I had them just missing out, but look at that, surviving on the final day in their first ever Premier League season. If that happens, what an atmosphere that is going to be at the, is it Meccano Stadium? Their stadium now, or the Brentford Community Stadium, I think is its official name. And then going down, Brentford 18th in real life, obviously they survived. Southampton had to be relegated. They actually comfortably survived on this one. Well, they did comfortably, but they finished 14th. I think they'll struggle a lot this year. Obviously losing Vestergaard today, losing Danny Ings to Aston Villa, I think it would be quite difficult for them. But yeah, I had them to go down, but they haven't done that. And Norwich 20th in there, and then 20th again. I think it will be a very difficult season for Norwich, obviously losing Emi Buendia. I think they've got pretty much the squad they came up with 2 years ago, with a couple of players here and there. So I think they'll be in for another difficult season. But yeah, that's how it goes. So that is my 2021-2022 predictions, guys. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching that. I really hope that you enjoyed that. I know it's kind of a long, drawn-out format. We did it game by game, but I thought that was quite fun to do. So if you did enjoy it, why not leave a like on there? That would be awesome. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching that. I really do appreciate it. Well done. Thank you for sticking with the whole thing. I know that ended up being over an hour in the end. So yeah, but I enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. So those are the 2021-22 predictions. We'll come back in May and we'll see how we got on. I imagine it's probably not going to be very good, but we will see. There's always one or two surprises along the way. But there we go, that's everything. So thank you so much for watching this. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving a like on there. If you enjoyed the video, no obligation, but if you did, I'd really appreciate it. If you're new around here, why not get subscribed if you like what you see, to be notified of future videos and streams. And I think that is pretty much it. So thank you once again. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. I'm really interested to know how you guys think this season is going to shape up. Does it look something like mine, or is it totally different? Have you got any surprises along the way? Let me know if you've got any shocks that you think are going to happen this season. But yeah, that's pretty much all from me. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on there if you enjoyed it. If you're new around here, get subscribed so you can be notified of future streams and videos and stuff like that. Take care, stay safe, have an awesome weekend, enjoy the first weekend of the Premier League season, which is kicking off tonight, Brentford against Arsenal. I can't wait. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So yeah, take care of yourselves, enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.